All right, this was our first.
Our first what?
You'll find out here in a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Larika.
And we are Retired Road Tripping.
That in a RV park full of full-timers, everybody's distracting each other parking. All right, so we just got here to the Galveston Island RV Park for the rally, and look what we rolled into. We had the peanut gallery watching us park and everything else.
You only had 2 corrections, so I think that's a passing score. What do you think?
It's been
An
a while.
RV park full of full-time RVers, and these are the ones that just keep talking to you and interrupting you, but I love them all. They're great.
These are the ones.
All right, so we just finished our first ever rally, which was the RV deployment in Galveston, Texas.
It was put on by 4 different channels. Free to Roam, No Sticks, No Bricks, Cottywompo Travels, and Our Road Less Travel.
And it was a great event in a great location, Galveston Island RV Resort. And we were just so looking forward to going to this rally. We actually left home in Arizona 10 days early to get there in time.
Official day 1 of the RV deployment rally here in Galveston, Texas.
It's time to check in.
Time to check in. Look at this line.
Not too bad.
No, look at all the e-bikes and everybody. Everybody's so friendly. How's it going? There we go.
Hi.
We're all here. Hi. Lots of people here. Gonna be a fun couple days.
This one's lavender and this one's the citrus.
Same product, different smell.
Like we said, it was our first ever rally, and we weren't sure what to expect.
So all 4 of the channels hosting the rally are actually all retired military, Air Force and Army, and they did this rally as a fundraiser for a good cause called Warrior's Heart that takes care of military and first responders with, PTSD issues and things like that. So it was for a very good cause.
So it was so cool to see them put this all together and just really showcase the people that fight for our freedoms every day, especially in today's world where everything is just up and crazy and we've got a war going on, and it was just so timely and inspiring.
Like we said, this was our first ever rally, so we don't have a lot to, or really anything to compare it to, but for us, this just seemed like, hey, we're all just going to meet up at this RV park and hang out and have a good time together and everything else. There were no seminars during the day or anything like that. And honestly, all of the activities as a group didn't start till the afternoon, which kind of made it nice because you're in Galveston, so you had all day to do what you wanted. People could go visit the beach, people could go downtown, you can kind of do your own thing. And it was really neat that in the afternoon, everybody came together. We did 3 different meals as a group while we were there. The one night we did pizzas.
So we're done with the registration. We're all just hanging out for about a half an hour before festivities start. And pizza and getting to know people. Gonna be fun.
The second night was potluck. then on the last night, Ron Hoover RV dealership, they actually provided hamburgers and hot dogs and cooked for us.
Look at that. Now that's a barbecue right there.
Think so?
You think we could trailer that behind our fifth wheels?
We got a ball at the back, so I think that's exactly what they put it there for.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that weighs more than my two e-bikes on the back of my RV though.
We can throw some shots on it and get it rated though, maybe.
There we go. That's awesome.
Everybody together and, get to know each other and different groups and everything else. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, what we loved is we knew a lot of people going, but we also were able to meet a lot of new people, new channels, different subscribers.
Yeah.
It brought everybody together, and it was such a sense of community, which is what everybody talks about with rallies. But until you actually go, you don't really know what you're missing. It was so easy and laid back.
Oh, absolutely, because so many of the different channels that were there have become dear friends of ours over the last several years that we've been on our journey and everything else. So we were actually camping right next to 2 Miles to Go, Greg and Renee, and then right next to them was the Vagabonds, Jim and Amy, and right around the corner from us, you had Scott and Ashley from Wild Blue Wanderers, and then you had all 4 of the hosts. You had the Keeves that were right there with the Tiki Bar, and so many other YouTube channels that we met at the rally, and it was just a great time. It really was. Yeah,
and I'm gonna steal from Jim and Amy from the Vagabonds, and it's actually on RV Trash Talk, the podcast that we listen to, that Jim and Amy are a part of, along with 2 other couples. But basically, they talk about how your friends become your family, and then you call them family, and that's really how we feel, because you don't get to see these amazing people that you meet out there all the time, and so when you do, you just take it in, and it just made my heart, well, really our hearts, so happy. Like, it was like camp for adults. Absolutely. And you got to see your favorite friends but then you got to make new friends, and you got to have so much fun with them.
We got to meet Bethany and Rob from the Roving Vets and got to know them finally, and we've been going back and forth online, because if you guys know Bethany, she puts a lot of these videos out and gets a lot of the YouTubers to send her footage and stuff, so it was really neat to finally meet them in person and get to know them and hang out.
Yeah, I think Bethany and I probably every night at the Tiki Bar, when we were all singing and doing this stuff, every night at some point we met at the night and hugged each other and said, we're so glad we finally got to meet. And that's how you feel. Like, you just want to soak it all in. And you know what, shockingly, Kevin has said this from, probably when we were dating. He says that I always go into the exciting things, the things that I'm so excited for. And I'm always like, oh, it's going to be over before we know it. And I'm such a letdown, because I cherish it so much that I'm like so afraid that it's going to go so fast. But it's so funny. We were talking, and I think we were talking with a bunch of other channels. It didn't really feel like it went fast. No. Even though, like, the whole time I knew, like, the big thing was we don't talk about Wednesday, because that's when we were all leaving. But we knew we were all going to leave, and it just... it didn't matter. It still seemed like it was long enough.
Yes.
Even though it's never long enough. I don't know if I made, if I made that point well, but it didn't feel like it flew by. I felt like every moment counted. Yeah. And, I don't know. It was just an amazing time. We made so many new friends, and we had an amazing Singo table. Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. We didn't even care if we got the Singo. Yeah. We just were like, we're getting that song and the person that sings it, and it just was so much fun. It was just a really great time.
Every night, Keys 5 Adventures, Brian and Charlotte, they set up the Tiki Bar, which we have been hearing about for years in the RV circles and all the videos and everything else, and we finally got to be a part of the Keys Tiki Bar and meet Brian and Charlotte, and they have karaoke set up there every night. And you talk about a fun, amazing experience every single night.
Yeah.
Coconut margaritas?
Sure.
I can do that, or Bahama Mama.
Ooh, what's the difference?
Rum and tequila.
Oh, I want rum. Please, pour for more.
I'll do a Bahama Mama.
No! That's not how we do it.
Wait.
have to have a toast. You have to have a toast.
Wait. We're nothing bikinis, rock red lovers, dropping the bikinis, jealous. Cause I'm out getting mine, shaving the cage, Mandela with the nine. Why would you live out the songs that you wrote?
I'm wanted, dead or alive. You just get to hang out and be, I don't know,
Just
be a kid again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You just get to have fun and be with people that are like-minded and, you know, love this country, love doing what we do and living in our RVs. And it just was amazing. It was amazing.
And then one night they did a camper crawl, which a few different people had a couple different ideas on what a camper crawl was. It was actually going around the RV park to different campers that were participating in different RVs and your own like custom drinks. What was your favorite drink to share? Where there was quite a few people when it started, they thought the camper crawl meant you walk around and you went and toured everybody's RV on the inside and out. So that was a little funny at the beginning. We talked to a couple people. They're like, we're walking around and people are handing us drinks, but we don't get to see anybody's RVs.
All right, it is camper crawl time. We are walking with Amy of Vagabonds and Chloe back there. Here's Bethany from the Roving Vets and Greg and Renee from 2 miles to go, and we are just going to start.
What about me?
I see you and me. You're part of me.
We don't count.
We've hit one spot, and she already forgets who she is.
Yeah, you're a 30-year leash.
She forgets that if I say we, it means we. So now we're getting trick-or-treat vibes from when you're a kid and you start walking around trick-or-treating, and then little by little, all your friends just start jumping in the mix and saying, hey, we'll go with you. So now we're getting trick-or-treat vibes here. Everybody walking down the street.
We're trying to find out where the good candy is, so we
Yes.
can get it all.
Liquid candy.
Free to roll. They're handing out the full-size candy bars.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ooh, 250. Freedom. That's tasty.
We are collecting more people in our group. More and more.
Great. And then the last morning of the actual official rally, they did coffee and donuts for everybody. Everybody said their goodbyes, and a few people left the RV park. And then it turned into what we've all called ourselves was the leftovers.
Looks from everyone we meet. Hey, we're the monkeys.
And we had kind of known we were going to stick around.
Yes.
I wanted to say, too, the people that you meet at the rallies, just amazing people.
Yes.
We ended up meeting Bruce and Karen.
Bruce and Karen from Louisiana.
Yes, who are subscribers. And they cooked an amazing seafood meal for us. And we sat around and talked.
So it's Monday night. Rally ended yesterday. And we're all just kind of hanging out, meeting up, sharing some meals together. Bunch of us went down. Some of our subscribers made us some amazing seafood tonight. Where's Larica?
And he insisted on filling it. The sweetest people, Karen and Bruce, thank you so much.
Crawfish stew and crawfish fettuccine. It was so good.
They're amazing cooks.
Yes.
And we were so blessed to
Yes,
be with them and
absolutely.
just have met them and
there was
hung
like
out.
there was like 10 of us
I gotta
there.
put
They
this away
cooked.
because everybody's coming.
Yes.
Sorry.
They cooked for like 10 of us, and they insisted that we all take leftovers home with us. Versus like, I am not taking anything with me back to Louisiana. So we now have crawfish stew for down the road. And as soon as Lyrica goes and throws that in the freezer, we are off to another fire pit because a lot of people are leaving tomorrow morning. This is kind of our unofficial goodbye to a lot of them. So let's go.
You just become so close to the people.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you have a channel, if
Right.
you're a subscriber, if you know. And what I loved was seeing so many people that had served
Right.
our country come out for this rally and being able to thank them for their service and just appreciate them. I think the 4 channels that did it did such a good job
Right.
representing our military, and the things that they said and they spoke about just really spoke to us. I
Yeah.
feel like, recognizing the women in the military and what people that come back after serving have to go through, the disabilities and the counseling and the things that they may need, that we don't always, as Americans, we don't always know this. Like, we know that people are over serving our country, but we take it for granted. And so to be there, just to listen to what they had to say and to be so present in that moment and just to remember not to take those things for granted and see all of those that served, it was a gift. It was a gift for us. So,
and as most of you know, I was a police officer for 30 years, so they even through a lot of this organization, Warrior's Heart, even takes care of first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, things like that. So it's all encompassing of everybody who serves this great nation of ours.
Yeah, 100%. And so just very relatable and eye-opening and, like I said, a gift. So we are super thankful for that. Kevin and I had been to Galveston, our first loop out.
2 years ago.
Yes, 2 years ago. And we remember when we were there, the locals always tell you, where to eat, what to do. And there's a lot of places in Galveston. Katie's Seafood House had come highly recommended to us. And so Kevin and I, we had taken our bikes down there and eaten there for happy hour, and we loved it. So we had shared that with a bunch of people, and we were like, let's do a huge group of whoever is left over.
Yeah.
That wants to, and we'll meet down at Katie's Seafood House. And so you could drive there, or a bunch of us were planning to ride our bikes.
Yeah.
It's about 9 miles to and then 9 miles back, but you're along the seawall. So we thought it'd be really awesome for anybody that had their bikes that wanted to ride.
There's about 8 of us right now. We're all riding our bikes down to Katie's Seafood for happy hour, and there's about 9 or 10 more going to meet us there. We've been there before. Some other people have been there before. It's a great place, and we're just going to socialize outside of the RV park and get away from all this and enjoy our one last day all here together. So let's have some fun on this nice bike ride. Oh wow, so we had an awesome lunch at Katie's. There was, I think by the end, there was about 19 of us all showed up there. Like I said, about 10 of us rode our bikes, the rest drove down there and met us. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun hanging out and talking to everybody, people with channels, subscribers, everything. And now we are riding back along the seawall. Beautiful day, sun is out, little breeze. I mean, this was just an incredible week here in Galveston for this RV deployment. Jim's back there somewhere. And there's Sean.
Hey, what's up?
There's Sean. Incredible time with great friends.
It was a lot of fun.
It was. And
the food was amazing.
It did not disappoint. When you're the person that kind of like suggest something,
Yes.
you're like, oh, I hope it hasn't changed, because it had been 2 years.
Yeah. It had not
You
changed.
just hope. But I feel like pretty much everybody was happy with their meal.
Yes.
And it was such a great time. It was so much fun hanging out with people and, again, just growing in that. And so we cherished that. We had such a great time. We got on our bikes. We did that. We came back. It was amazing. If you have not done a rally, we highly recommend it. We are so grateful that we did it. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Well, it's a good thing that you say that, because we've actually got 3 more rallies we're scheduled to attend in 2026. So we just kind of lucked out that the loop we had already planned, there's 4 rallies.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about them all as they come closer. Just know this was our first, and it's not going to be our last.
Yeah. Okay, so with it being our first ever rally, was there anything that you didn't like?
I didn't like leaving and saying goodbye to everybody.
Good morning here. This is our last morning here in Galveston. We're packing up. The thing about Galveston and being down here on the Gulf, you know, there's been no rain at all, but you wake up in the morning and I mean, everything is just wet and moist.
Moist. Moist. Moist. Moist.
And it's just sticky, and you gotta wipe things down and clean things as you're packing up, which is absolutely nuts. Being from Arizona, you know, we're not used to that with our dry heat, but it is what it is. You know, we had a blast here, and we're just gonna keep packing up, and it's looking like us and 2 miles to go, and Jim and Amy the Vagabonds. Looks like we're all gonna probably roll out of here together here in about an hour and a half, and obviously once we hit the road we'll all go in our separate ways, but so much fun. So let's keep cleaning up. Well, since Greg was distracting me as I was pulling in, I'm going to talk to him while he's hooking up. No, actually I won't, because I'm not that kind of person.
Got the instinct, man. I just got the ninja
If you
skill.
don't talk to him, he'll feel like you just don't care.
He knows I love him. And Jim and Amy are over here hooking up too. The 3 of us, we're all leaving today. But I think we have about 12 more minutes together, so we're not going to get sad yet and say goodbye yet.
Gotta make the most of it.
We do, absolutely.
That was a rough morning,
That's
but
fair.
it's fun. I mean, because again, like we said, we're going to be doing a bunch more rallies this year, and almost everybody is going to be somewhere where we're heading to here coming up the rest of this loop. So we'll get to see our friends again this year,
Our
at least
family.
at least once or twice.
Yeah, our family.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, and this is not anything to do with the channel putting it on, the channels that put on the rally,
Right.
nothing. There's nothing they could have done about this. But for me, it was the humidity was a lot in Galveston. And I can handle the humidity, but what really was hard for me was the bugs. Because unlike Kevin, bugs love me.
Yes.
They love me. And I know it comes with the territory, you know, like you're most likely going to get bug bites.
Yes.
When everything is humid and they're all around. And so, yeah, the bugs for me were a big deal. I looked like I had a disease or something. They were so bad on me, but I had my stuff. I just whipped them out, and everybody was covered in bug bites, unless you're like Kevin.
Yeah.
That was the only uncomfortable part, but it was not even, nobody could help that. It was still a great place. It was a wonderful place. It was just humid and buggy.
And I think if you go down to the Gulf of America area and Galveston and that whole area, it's humid.
Yeah. That would be my only downfall, and it's my own because it's how my body reacts to bug bites. It's nothing anybody can control. Would I go and do it again? 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Because bug bites are not going to keep me down.
No.
So
No, it was great.
yeah, it was fun. We had a wonderful time, and we'll do it again.
Yes, we will definitely do it again. So then we left after a week, did all of our goodbyes to everybody that was left.
That was sad and so hard.
Yes.
But it's kind of like I told Kevin, because it's like Christmas.
Yeah.
When we get to see our friends, it's so super exciting. It's always sad, but it's until we see them again, because at some point down the road, at some point in time, we will cross paths again, whether it's planned or not planned. So that's the amazing gift of living full time in your RV. And we would not have these friends without this life.
Oh, absolutely. We say that all the time.
Yeah. And they're like amazing friends, because here's the deal. A lot of people have friends that they're lifelong friends with forever. But the chances are the majority of your friendships will change with different seasons in your lives. And so to have these people in our lives this season, just so blessed, so grateful. And it's such a gift to us. And I say it all the time, like they will be our lifelong friends.
Oh, absolutely. Because most of the people that I worked with at the PD and everything else, you talk to them once or twice a year, here and there, reunions and stuff. But it seems like all of our RV friends now, because we have so much in common and we understand what each other is going through, we tend to talk to them more than we talk to our old life friends. And like Ulrika said, that's just the season of life.
As sad as it is, and it was heartbreaking to leave. Like you almost have to process it. Like you're on such a high, and then you have to come down. And so, some tears, but it's okay.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and I'll be honest with you, when we're recording this right now, we left everybody like 5 days ago. Our group chat has been blowing up every single day for hours at a time. So I feel like we're all still right here and we're all chatting and everything else. So it's good.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So now what? Well, as you can see, this is not our RV.
No, it is not.
Why are we not in our RV? You're going to have to wait and we'll let you know.
Yep.
All right. If you've liked this video, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell down below. It really helps us out. Do all the things. You guys have probably heard it from a million different channels, the algorithm and everything else. Please, do all the stuff and help our little channel out growing.
And if you've already subscribed and you watch us on the regular, we can't thank you enough. I feel like I try to get on here and thank you guys. It really means the world to us that you would take the time and watch us. It's not a line I'm feeding you. I'm so blown away that people actually want to see our adventures, and it means the world to us. So thank you.
Yes, and so humbling when we're showing up at these rallies and stuff, and people walk up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I finally got to meet you."
Amazing.
We watch your videos and everything else, and you guys think it's amazing to meet us. I'm telling you right now. For us, it's amazing meeting you guys because it's such a humbling experience. So thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. All right.
All right. Until the next one.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.